Hey y'all, I promised y'all I would do this video for y'all, so here it goes. I started off with some of my brined chicken, and if you're not sure what I'm talking about, please go look at one of my prior videos where I show you how I brine my chicken. I season up my chicken legs, and I took a page out of Popeye's book. Yes, I did. They do a wet batter as well as a dry. So these are the ingredients that you are going to need for your dry batter. You're going to need also a big container to where you will have enough space to toss your chicken later on. I use flour, I use cornstarch, and please, 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 y'all don't come on here asking me what's the measurements because as you can see, I don't know. I have no clue. I measure with my heart, and I wish you do too. Bars. Garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, Badia complete seasoning, regular paprika, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, and I also use this Mexican hot chili powder that I had. You guys don't have to use these exact same seasonings. I was going for a spicy chicken, and to me, I would have added more cayenne because once I fried it, it wasn't as spicy as I wanted. And I also would have added more cayenne and more habanero pepper sauce in my wet batter as well to make it spicy because I don't want just spicy skin. I want spicy all the way down and let it permeate into that chicken. Okay, here we go for our wet batter. Get you some ice, get you some chilled club soda, some hot sauce of your liking. Like I said, I was going for a spicy, so I used a bunch of different hot sauces. I used the Louisiana, I used some Crystal, I used some habanero hot pepper sauce as well as some Mexican hot sauce. For me, I would have added more of that green habanero pepper sauce as well as more cayenne to my wet batter. You're going to take a couple of scoops of your dry batter and add it into the wet, or you can choose to use a different container and do it the opposite way where you're pouring the wet into the dry. But do not use all of your dry batter. Save some enough to be able to coat your chicken later. And it should look like this. It's going to be a little bit harder when you add in the dry ingredients into the wet, but make it do what it do. Give it a flick of the wrist and it'll get all of those clumps out. You're going to put your chicken down in that wet batter and let it soak in the refrigerator, of course, because we don't do no salmonella over here. Time, temperature control, baby. So make sure y'all put this chicken in the refrigerator, okay? Don't leave this out all night. I don't care if it got ice in it. The ice gonna melt overnight. Leave the chicken in the refrigerator, okay? Put it down in there, and I also poke holes in my chicken and season it underneath the skin. Make sure y'all do that. That's how the flavor gets in there. The next day, this is the next day, okay? I got my batter that's left over, and I got my chicken that I pulled out of the fridge in the wet batter. And you're going to mix that around because it is going to separate. Don't be alarmed. Just stir it up. You see that? And set your fryer to about 350, especially when frying legs, because you don't want them to cook too fast and you got them burnt on the outside and still raw on the inside. Also, get you a thermometer and measure your temperature of your chicken before taking it out. It should be at least 165 degrees. I like to leave mine a little bit longer to get the extra crispiness on my skin. I drain the chicken off using one of the baskets or something so that it's not sitting in those wet juices. And then you go ahead and you toss it lightly in that flour and cornstarch mixture. Make sure you get under the skin as well, please. And then you put it in your hot oil once it reaches that temperature and it says ready. Especially in a home deep fryer, make sure your temperature is up to where you need it to be, or else that will affect your crispiness as well. And guys, one of the most important things I'm going to tell you is get a wire rack. I know our mamas and grandmas used to use paper towel, and you might even be used to using paper towel, but please get you a wire rack. That preserves your crispiness very much so. Okay? Y'all listen to me. Get you a wire rack. I'm telling you. And y'all gonna see a big difference in the crispiness of your chicken just by using a wire rack.
You're gonna take the first bite. And I'm gonna go with Crystal. Gotta go get my honey.